Hi, I'm Penny Dick's Astro Coach and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be giving you a general astrological overview of the energies we can expect throughout the month of February. And then after that, there will be your individual sun signs and your ascendant if you do know your time of birth and know your ascendant. And remember that if you want to leap straight ahead to your particular sign, you can click on the little arrow underneath the video here and a description box jumps down and there's a time kind of bookmark, if you like, that you just click on the time and the sign will come up. Okay, so let's get on with February's astrological energy. Is it going to be any calmer? Well, it's still actually going to be quite challenging because we're going to have still these challenging energies from the big boys, as I call them, these big outer planets. And even though the energy has shifted from earth to air, which tends to kind of lift things up a bit, and I think in many ways it's making it more active, it's still going to be quite disruptive. Now, we start the month with a Mercury retrograde until the 21st in Aquarius. Now, here's the planet, remember, of communication. So we could see disruption to literally to the internet and to our electrical supplies. Anything that comes, that really relies solely on electricity could come up with some sort of snags in it and problems. It might also be that we have more disruption on social media sites, because Mercury is also about these kind of news sites and social media forums. So that will be going on. And on the 15th, because Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in Aquarius, we could actually see some big and potentially quite shocking news. We will have to wait and see. We've also got a new moon in Aquarius on the 11th, and that makes some difficult aspects to the planets in Taurus, Mars and Uranus. So this means that we could see much more aggressive action again and people really rebelling against restrictions, whatever they are, whether they are to do with the virus or maybe they're to do with the political structures of the particular country they live in. So then I want to move on to the 16th to the 24th, when we have the first of a astrological energy we are going to feel on and off all year, and that's Saturn squaring Uranus. So how is this going to affect us? Well, this month I think it's just going to emphasize that there's still going to be a lot of challenges to authority and rebellious attitudes around this. The other thing that can come with this energy is we could literally see the earth move, in the sense that we get earthquakes or volcanic eruptions and extreme weather conditions that would go with that kind of energy. So we just need to be a little bit aware of that. By the 25th of the month, I think we will start to see the results of what has been transformed throughout 2020, and especially the events that unfolded in January. So I think by the 25th, we're just going to be much more aware that there's no going back, that things have changed, and we're not ever going to go back to that old way of being and working and doing. We have a full snow moon on the 27th. And I think this one is actually going to show us a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So we're ending on a positive note, you'll be glad to hear. It's going to see a welcome end, I think, to some of the disruption that everyone has had to endure in various forms. And I think that bearing that in mind, if you can go with this energy and in your individual lives, actually think to yourselves, okay, we have all these restrictions and difficulties and challenges that the planet is giving us, not just, the virus. So how can I adapt and use it constructively? And that's really what I want to say. It is all about adapting and being constructive and working with it and not against it. On that note, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for this overview of February. And if you would like to have a one-to-one with me for Astro Coaching, my website is just here at the bottom of the video. Also, if you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd be super thrilled if you could do that. Thank you so much. I would really appreciate. And in the meantime, I wish you an interesting February, and let's see what unfolds. Okay, thanks very much, and bye for now. Hi Aries, and welcome to your February astrology. So this is for the Sun in Aries or for the Ascendant in Aries. So the month starts off with a Mercury retrograde. Now he's the planet of communication, and he's in the area of your chart connected with larger groups of people, the world outside, and in a sense you're super conscious, and also any wishes and dreams that you may want to manifest. So Mercury's going to put the brakes on a few of these, but you know what? Maybe Mercury's slowing you down and saying, just take a look and decide what are the best ones or best kind of ideas that you've got that you need to take through into the future with you. Now, interestingly, on the 15th, you could get some surprising news. It could be shocking news, which kind of wakes you up a bit and makes you realize that you need to act quite fast to get some of your plans off the ground. So there's also a new moon in this part of your chart in Aquarius on the 11th. And this is also going to give you a new opportunity to see, to kind of decide, to sort the wheat from the chaff. What's the dream that you've got that you really want to manifest in 2021, let alone February? Because I don't think it's all going to happen just in February. And I think by kind of refining that and just narrowing it down to what is most important to you, it will help you actually move forward with this plan. Now, I also want to talk about the first of a big planetary event we have this year, which is going to happen several times throughout the year. And in a sense, we're going to be in this energy throughout the year. And you may have heard about this, you may have heard me talk about it. It's the Saturn-Uranus square that is going to happen at various points throughout 2021. So between the 16th and the 24th, Saturn, our planet of restriction, and Uranus, our planet of the unexpected, make their first difficult aspect. Now for you, I think it's about financial matters, and for me what it says is it would be inadvisable to take really big risks with your finances or your investments at the moment. It's better to hold a steady course. It could be that you're thinking of investing in more of the sort of the cryptocurrencies, and that may be good, and I'm certainly no expert on it, but I would look into it very carefully for you in particular. So moving on, by the 25th, we get a bit of shift of the energies, because we do get an aspect which means you could see quite a breakthrough to do with your career. And I think this will be a breath of fresh air for you. I think it's really going to make you realize that you can take strides forward. It may be that you realize that a particular path you've been taking with your career really doesn't have any mileage in it, and that perhaps it's actually holding you back from achieving the dreams and the plans for your career that you really do have. And I'm sensing that certainly around the 27th, when we have the full snow moon in Virgo, it's going to show that your day-to-day routines really are going to change. And I think that you will be letting go of ways of working that hold you back, that do not serve you now. So thank you for joining me for this overview of the month of February. And if you've not and would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would be super thrilled if you could do that. And thank you if you do choose to do that. And also, if you would like to have a one-to-one with me for Astro Coaching, my website address is just here at the bottom of the video. And in the meantime, I wish you well, and I will see you next time. And thank you so much. Bye for now. Hi Taurus, and welcome to your February astrological overview for the Sun in Taurus or for the Ascendant in Taurus. So the focus of your life has really shifted since the end of 2020, and it's now your career that is very much in the foreground. And Mercury has his first retrograde in Aquarius in this area of your chart connected with your career up until the 21st. So I actually think this is going to be giving you opportunities to just go back and look at the ways you have been working up until now and see how you can actually refine them and make them work better for you, whatever that means within the sphere of the work that you do. On the 15th, Mercury could provide you with some quite surprising or even shocking news about an opportunity that could come to you to do with your career. You may be offered something that will involve a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, but you know what, Taurus? You have the fixed determination, I think, to achieve it if that's what you want to do. And there's a new moon just before then on the 11th in Aquarius, which really opens up the way for a new path in your career that could really make a significant difference down the road and actually bring a lot of interesting opportunities throughout this year. It will be challenging, it'll be hard work, but it will be worth it at the end of it, Taurus. So what else have we got going on for you? Well, this month, between the 16th and the 24th, you will get the first taste of the hard square, the hard angle we're going to get between two of the big boys, Saturn and Uranus, that's going to be on and off throughout this year. It's in, again, the area of your chart connected with your career. What I feel this is going to do for you, I think you can actually use this energy constructively, is it's going to show you how you need to be disciplined and that the disruptions and twists and turns that may come, and they may just be because of external events that are beyond any of our control, that you will have to learn to adapt and change to fit in with the way things are unfolding in the outside world. So between the 16th and the 24th, you'll get the first taste of that. By the 25th, I think you will see that there are opportunities for you to really take big strides forward in your career. And don't worry, it's not all about your career. There will be fun as well. I'm saving that bit till last. So I think for some of you Taurians, you may be thinking about starting teaching something you've kind of graduated into, or some subject that you've learned that you've become kind of a master at now. You may now be looking at how you can teach that to others. So that could be part of what you will see transforming in your life around the 25th. And then we have now we get to the good news. The full, well, the career is good news, but this is really interesting for anyone out there, Taurians, that are looking for more of the relationship side and the romance and the fun and the partying. Because on the 27th, we have a full snow moon in Virgo, and it's in the area of your chart to do with, to do with romance and love affairs. So it could be that something that's been a bit kind of on, off, may move up to the next level. And I think it's connected with something you have secretly been hoping for quite some time, Taurus. So it will be interesting to see what unfolds with that full moon. But for all of us, it's going to be a full moon of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's something to really look forward to at the end of the month, Taurus. In the meantime, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for your February overview. And if you would like to have a one-to-one with me for Astro Coaching, my website is just here in the bottom of the video. And also, I want to say thank you to those of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't and would like to, I'd like that too. Thank you very much if you choose to do that. And in the meantime, I wish you a great February, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Hi, Gemini, and welcome to your February astrological overview. And that's for the Sun in Gemini, or for the Ascendant. Are you fed up, Gemini? Are you a bit, down in the dumps and bored? I'm not surprised. I think probably most of the people on the planet are feeling a little bit that way at the moment. But with your ruling planet Mercury, the planet of communication, retrograde at the moment until the 21st, it's actually just giving you a chance to just sort of look at what you've learned over the last year, actually. And how can you use that in a constructive way to take you forward? Because we've got a new moon also in Aquarius on the 11th in the same area of your chart to do with higher learning and travel. And as much as I know you would like to be booking trips to travel to exotic places, it may just not be possible yet. So what you have to do is kind of transfer this energy into inner journeys and really use the time constructively. It's a great opportunity to get to know yourself better. And if that really does sound too dull and boring, then, there may be opportunities coming up where you can start looking at whether you can actually travel in the near future. Now, you could get surprising news around the 15th because Mercury is going to be conjunct Jupiter, also in Aquarius. Everyone's in Aquarius this month. And so what I would say is don't rush before that date to make travel plans, because you may find you've got to rearrange them, because I think the news that's going to be around at that time is just going to sort of put a full stop to a lot of things that perhaps you were planning or one was planning. I also want to move on to what is going to be a major effect this year for all of us in different ways. And it's the Saturn-Uranus square that we're going to have on and off all year. Now, your first taste of this, Gemini, is going to be between the 16th and the 24th of February. Now, I think how it's going to affect you is that it's going to draw out much more of this kind of inner conflict. And if you're someone who has not really done a lot of work yet on themselves, I think this is really encouraging you this year to try and take advantage of the lack of perhaps physical external travel and do some inner travel to try and be more disciplined with your thinking and your mind and your emotions and your feelings. And, to find a way to cope with the external events that have really disrupted everything for a lot of people. By the 25th, I actually think you will start to get a sense of how this transformation can take place for you. So that quickly, I do think that will start to be a bit of light at the end of the tunnel for you. Then by the 27th, when we have the full snow moon in the area of your chart connected with your home and family, that could see you making some big decisions about this area of your life. You may decide to move. You may decide to, to relocate in whatever form that takes. But you will certainly be, I think, making decisions and changes connected with your living space. And to do it in a way that is going to, in a sense, inspire and enhance your inner world, the inner you, the part of you that really is being invited to grow this year and this month by the energies that we've got. So on that note, I will leave you, Gemini, with that to ponder upon. And I'd like to say thank you so much for coming to watch. And if you would like a one-to-one session with me to make sense of all of this and everything else for Astro Coaching, my website address is just in the bottom of the video here. And also, I'd like to say actually thank you to all of you that subscribed to my YouTube channel recently. That was really, really a lovely, lovely gift for me at Christmas. And also, if you haven't and would like to, I'd really love that too. And if you choose to do so, thank you very much. Okay, so for now, I'll say thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Hi, Cancer, and welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Cancer or for the Ascendant. So the energy has shifted for you, and hopefully you're noticing it by now. And it's actually moved more into focusing your mind on what's going on in your banking and investments and your general money pot. Now, we have a Mercury retrograde at the beginning of the month in this area of your chart, which is Aquarius. And that's actually going to be quite helpful because it's going to help you tweak some of the details with anything that's sort of outstanding. It'll give you a chance perhaps to budget better for the rest of the year, or to just kind of tweak some of the details with joint investments. And the new moon on the 11th, I think, in Aquarius, also in this area of your chart, will really give you the green light to go ahead and make some quite innovative changes in how you structure. You may be in charge of a small company or a business, and you need to actually structure the way that works in a much better way. So it's a good time to use that energy. Now, the 15th sees our retrograde Mercury conjunct the planet Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, this could bring quite startling news, also connected with your finances. What that is, you will have to wait and see, but it's just a heads up for the 15th. Also, we need to be aware that between the 16th and the 24th, you will have the first taste of what the Saturn-Uranus square is going to, how it's going to affect you, because this aspect is going to be on and off all throughout the year. So it is in Aquarius, and it is going to be bringing in the energy again of joint finances, but it can also be in a psychological transformation, in the sense that if there are, if you have questions, for example, about, life after death and the continuity of the soul and astrology, then I think it's going to make you start looking at these things in a much more discerning way. And I think your beliefs are going to be really challenged and really pushed to the limits with this ongoing square that we're going to have. By the 25th, when we have a nice angle from Mars that's in Taurus to Pluto that's in the area of your chart connected with your close relationships, I really feel you're going to get a new lease of life in that part of your life to do with relationships. And we also on the 27th have a full snow moon in Virgo, and that's in your third house of communication and thinking and writing. And, you know, I'm just wondering if you've been working on something that you really need to kind of get a move on and just kind of start actually walking your talk, Cancer, because this full moon is really giving you a green light to go ahead with these plans and actually start showing the world what you're made of. So an interesting month, a challenging month, but you'll be fine, Cancer. So I'd like to thank you very much for coming to watch this part of the video. And if you would like a one-to-one with me for Astro Coaching, my website address is just here at the bottom of the video. And if you subscribed recently to my YouTube channel, thank you so much. If not, and you would like to, that would be fantastic. Thank you. And in the meantime, I wish you a lovely February, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hi, Leo, and welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Leo or for the Ascendant in Leo. So, we start the month with the first of our Mercury retrogrades for this year, and it's in Aquarius, and it's in the area of your chart connected with your significant personal relationships. So that's your soulmate, or it can even be a business relationship. So what do you need to discuss that has been kind of put on the shelf or on the back burner? This may be an opportunity for you to talk about a lot of things with that significant person in your life that really haven't really been addressed, that are just kind of hanging there, or maybe they're like little elephants in the room and they need to be addressed. And you've got a perfect opportunity on the 11th when the new moon in Aquarius, still in this area of your chart, connected with your close personal relationships, gives you an opportunity to do just that. And this will also, it can also bring in something new, a new opportunity to take a relationship to a different level. But if you're single and looking, it could also bring in maybe a quite unexpected new opportunity of a new love. So it's an interesting month. And also we need to look at the 15th, because on the 15th, still retrograde Mercury conjuncts Jupiter, our planet of expansion and opportunity and luck. But he's going to be bringing surprising news. So surprising news in the area of your life to do with close relationships, but it's pulling in the energy of the 10th house of career. So this could be news to do with your career that in some way will have an effect on your relationships. That could be a business relationship, or it could be a close personal one-to-one relationship. So let's move on to what's happening between the 16th and the 24th, because you're going to get the first taste of what we've got on and off all year, which is a Saturn-Uranus square. So let's see what's happening. We've got our planet of restriction and rules in the area of your chart to do with close one-to-one relationships. And he is going to be making this hard angle to Uranus, our planet of explosions and the unexpected and surprise and rebellion in your house of career. So there's going to be, I think, quite a tension, and you're going to have to really work hard at getting a work kind of private life balance, I feel, Leo. You need to be careful you don't just become so absorbed in work that your personal relationships suffer. So just bear that in mind, and you'll get the first sense of what that's going to be like, as I said, between the 16th and the 24th. By the 25th, Mars will be making from also Taurus, the area of your chart connected with your career, is going to be making a really nice aspect to Pluto, our planet of transformation. And by then, I think you've got the energy to see how you can transform your working life, your day-to-day routine, so that you get a balance with, your partnerships, your life, and your work. And in a sense, to keep everybody happy. Then the focus shifts a bit because the full moon this month, a snow moon, is in your second house of finance, Virgo, and that's on the 27th. And I think if there have been things going on in your working life, you could see a boost to your income, and it could be quite unexpected. And on the other hand, there could be the completion of something you've been working on financially. But all in all, I think you're going to see more of a green light for your finances with this particular full moon, because it's a good full moon, this one. And I think it will open up a few doors for you to perhaps relax a bit and feel you can just do a little bit more with your finances. So on that note, Leo, thank you so much for joining me. And if you would like to have a one-to-one Astro coaching session with me to make sense of this year, my website is just in the bottom of the video here. And also, for those of you that have recently subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd like to say thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't and you choose to do so, that would also be really super great. Thank you. And in the meantime, I wish you a great February. And I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. Hi Virgo, and welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Virgo or for the Ascendant in Virgo. So you have a retrograde Mercury to start this month off, and it's in the area of your chart to do with your day-to-day routine, medical things, little health problems. So it'd be a really good time to make those doctor's appointments if you haven't already. Also to address your kind of working routine, especially if you're working online. And I think here Mercury is really encouraging you to become as tech savvy as you can. By the 11th, when we have a new moon here in Aquarius, I think this new moon is suggesting you start a new exercise routine and really kind of make sure that your physical health is in a good shape to cope with the work that you do and the way that life is unfolding for you. By the 15th, we have a very interesting conjunction between Mercury still retrograde and Jupiter, our planet of expansion. And it's also in Aquarius. So I think it can mean kind of surprising news, or something gets revealed. But I think it's news that will make you rethink your plans and just, kind of stop for a minute and think, what's the best way for me to move forward? By the 16th, between the 16th and the 24th, you're going to get the first taste of what we're going to have as an ongoing aspect on and off all year, which is a Saturn-Uranus hard square. That's challenging. So what I feel this is for you is that as much as you try to structure your routine, and you do like things in order, Virgo, and it feels to me that there will be external events that will happen throughout the year, either just personally in your personal life or what's happening in the world that will somehow just keep upsetting these plans. Now that's going to be to a greater or lesser extent, depending what else is going on in your own chart. But I think that's the general sense of what you can expect from this square. So there's just going to be, I think, a sense of frustration for you, because as much as you try to get things in order, you have to keep changing direction. By the 25th, we have a nice angle from Mars in your 9th house to Pluto, our planet of transformation. And I think Mars here is bringing you the energy to forge ahead with important projects that you've been working on, and to find ways to really kind of take them up to the next level. And Mars is giving you the energy to really propel you forward with this. Then we have, on the 27th, the full snow moon in your sign, Virgo. And I think because it's trined, which means it's a nice aspect from Uranus, I think this means that you're going to be quite revolutionary in the way you show yourself to the world. And people might be quite surprised at the way you've changed your thinking and the way you have kind of just moved into quite a different sort of almost level of consciousness. And I think it's going to be super exciting for you, actually, Virgo. And people will be surprised how much you've changed. And, you know, that from being quite perhaps rigid in your thinking, you've become much more flexible. So interesting times for you this month, Virgo. So I'd like to say thank you so much for coming to watch this overview. If you would like a one-to-one Astro coaching session with me to find out what else is happening for you this year, my website is just down here in the bottom of the video. And also, if you've recently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. If not, and you choose to do so, that would also be super cool. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will see you next time. Thank you very much, Virgo. Bye for now. Hi, Libra. Welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Libra or for the Ascendant in Libra. So we have a Mercury retrograde at the start of the month until the 21st. And as you know, with Mercury retrograde, he tends to bring delays to communication and anything to do with electronics and technical gadgets, etc. And because it's in the area of your chart connected with sort of fun and creativity and play, also children, you could just see that it's almost like Groundhog Day every day, and you're having to kind of keep going back over things to make sure things run smoothly. Now on the 11th, we do have a new moon here, and I think that's going to give you more of a green light to actually start seeing how you can utilize the current energy and the current restrictions that we're all experiencing to a greater or lesser extent to make your life fun, even though you can't necessarily go very far. And, you know, especially if you're doing homeschooling with kids, then it'll be really good for you to be able to kind of think of sort of some innovative ways to make it slightly more interesting, not just for them, but for you too. And by the 15th, we do have still retrograde Mercury conjuncting Jupiter, our planet of expansion. Now, this could bring some surprising and unexpected news. And it will certainly be to do with what you would like to do to sort of go out and actually have fun. It could also be sudden surprising news to do with somebody that is a romantic partner, and perhaps you'd like it to become more than that, Libra. So I think it's just at this point, it's going to just put a bit of a spanner in the works. Now, between the 16th and the 24th, you're going to get a taste of what big aspect that we've got for the rest of the year that's going to be going on and off throughout the year. And this is between Saturn, our planet of restriction, and Uranus, our planet of the unexpected and surprise. So I think if you've got children, you're just going to find it quite challenging to keep them amused and to try and get order and structure into their lives. And I think outside events are just going to be constantly disrupting any plans you have to just basically live life in the way that you would enjoy. There's also a possibility that joint investments come under some pressure this year and this month. And as I say, between the 16th and the 24th, I think you'll get a sense of what that might be about for you. By the 25th, I think you make a decision about your home and family and your living space. And it'll be, I think, quite a sudden decision. It'll be quite transformational. It'll certainly be transformational for you, and you'll feel a lot better that you've made this decision about your living space. But I think it's so that it will just work better for your family, your close partner, and also for your finances, that you can just kind of structure it in a better way. By the 27th, we have a full snow moon in Virgo. And this is in your 12th house, and this is very much about the inner you. And I just get a feeling, Libra, it's really going to be kind of pushing you or encouraging you to think quite deeply about, in a sense, the meaning of life and spirituality and even astrology, because I think that, Libra, you're somebody who quite likes to just be out there and doing things and being quite active. So to actually sit still and go within is not something that you are naturally inclined to do. But this full moon, I think, may give you a big aha moment that does make you actually look within. So thank you so much for coming to watch this video on what you can expect this month. And if you would like a one-to-one Astro coaching session with me, my website address is just here at the bottom of the video. And also, I'd like to say thank you to many of you I know who have recently subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm really super thrilled with that. Thank you so much. And if you haven't and would like to, I'd really love that too. Thank you. And on that note, I'll say thank you very much. Have a great February, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Scorpio or for the Ascendant. So the energy has shifted for you, like for all of us, from the heavy element of earth into the element of air, which is much faster and quicker. So it speeds things up. And it's very much in the area of your life now connected with your home life and your home, your bricks and mortar, and your family. So with a Mercury retrograde at the beginning of the month, it would be a good time, because it's in this area of your chart connected with family, Aquarius, it would be a good time to reconnect with family members that you've perhaps been maybe a bit lazy about staying in touch with. It could also see the return of somebody to the family home. So if there is somebody that you used to live with you, who's sort of moved away, they may come back. On the 11th, we also have a new moon in this part of your chart connected with home and family, Aquarius. And I think this is just going to give you a wonderful opportunity to create a more freer kind of home life, something that feels a little bit more open and airy. By the 15th, we have retrograde Mercury conjuncting our planet of expansion, Jupiter, still in the area of your chart connected with your home. So there's an awful lot going on at home this month, Scorpio. And this could bring shocking or surprising news that could affect the way you live or where you see yourself being in a few years' time. But there could certainly be something going on that pulls in the energy of your significant life partner that will change things as time passes. Now, the 16th to the 24th will see you having your first experience of an energy that we're going to experience throughout this year. And that's brought to us by the Saturn-Uranus square, which is ongoing all year. And for you, it's bringing in the energy again of home and family with your significant other half. So I think there's going to be tension between maybe what you want to do, what your partner wants to do, where you want to be, where they want to be. And you're just going to have this kind of tugging and kind of, you know, pulling of energies as maybe they want to go one way and you want to go another way. So you'll get a first, as I say, sense of that this month, and it'll prepare you for what to expect as the year progresses. It's not necessarily anything hugely serious. I think you'll just be aware that that tension is there. But remember, all these are opportunities to make things work better for you in the long run. So if you can see this challenge as exactly that, a challenge that can make your living way, your family and how you live, your living place, your home, much more comfortable and work better for you and your partner, then that has to be great. Now, on the 25th, we have a very nice aspect from Mars in your 7th house of relationships to Pluto. Now, I was looking at this and I was thinking, because this could sort of also be something about legalities. You know, it could be you're drawing up contracts with someone or making some dramatic changes to do with significant relationships in your life. And somehow it has to be put on paper. It has to be written about. And then the month finishes with a lovely full snow moon on the 27th. And this is in the area of your chart. It's in Virgo, connected with your hopes and dreams. And you know what? I think you end this month seeing the possibility of a dream that you never really thought could happen, actually happening. So on that note, I'll let you think about that, Scorpio. And in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me for your video. And if you would like a one-to-one for Astro Coaching, my website address is just here at the bottom of the video. And also, if you've recently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate. If you haven't and choose to do so, I'd really be super pleased if you could do that too. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time, Scorpio. Bye for now. Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And this is for the Sun in Sagittarius or for the Ascendant in Sagittarius. Okay, so we have a Mercury retrograde at the start of the month, and that's until the 21st. Mercury is currently in Aquarius, and this is the area of your chart also connected with communication. So you may find you have a few difficulties, messages get lost, emails go to spam instead of your inbox. So make sure you double check if you're expecting important information coming in, that emails and messages haven't gone astray. And on the 11th, there is a new moon here. So I think this gives you an opportunity to look at ways you can kind of upgrade your technological capabilities and work out ways that you can actually use the technology that we all have at our fingertips now in a better way for you and the work you do, especially if you're involved with teaching. And, you know, Sagittarius is a teaching sign, so it's quite probable that that could be an area that you're involved in. If you're not actually working as a teacher, it would really be a good energy to use to show others who are less tech savvy how they can use the tech equipment that we have available, so that they don't feel so cut off and they can actually link in and join up and talk to more people in their local community. The 15th sees more activity in this part of your chart connected with communication. This time I think it's you. Either you receive some startling news, which gives you plenty to talk about, or you're the one giving some interesting or surprising news. So we'll have to watch that space, I think. Now, between the 16th and the 24th, we have the first of the Saturn-Uranus squares. These are these two big boys which are going to be getting together on and off doing a dance all this year. And this is your first taste of what you can expect with this particular aspect. Now, a square is challenging, so that means it is going to keep you on your toes. Saturn, remember, restricts, it holds us back. And it also puts structure into things. And because it's in Aquarius, I think it's asking you to be more structured about the way you communicate. Now, Uranus, of course, is almost the opposite of what Saturn represents, because Uranus likes to throw the apple cart upside down. It likes to disrupt things. And it's in the area of your chart connected with your day-to-day working routine. So I wonder whether you're going to be having this kind of conflict within about the way your working routine and your day-to-day routine is structured in some way, and that you might find that quite challenging. The good news is that by the end of the year, you will have probably worked a system that really serves you better by what you've had to contend with these aspects as they've appeared throughout the year. Now, we also have an interesting aspect from the planet Mars that is in your area of your chart connected with day-to-day routine. And it's aspecting Pluto on the 25th in a really encouraging way. So I think you're going to have more energy and more ability to set in place better ways to manage your finances and to budget better, so that your day-to-day working life is just works in a better way. Then on the 27th, we have a full snow moon in the sign of Virgo. And this is in the area of your chart connected with your career and your public image. And I think you'll see with this full moon quite a big shift. And, you know, you could end one particular job or career path and actually embark on a new one, or take a different avenue off the same road. But it definitely will mean, I think, in some way that you're going to be rearranging your daily routine to encompass this new career path that you've chosen. Who knows, maybe you will decide to do much more work online, as that part of your chart is so strongly aspected at the current time. So, an interesting month. Take care, Sagittarius, and I look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming to watch your overview on this channel. And if you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel and you choose to do so, I would be super thrilled with that. Thank you very much if you do choose to do that. Also, if you'd like to have a one-to-one Astro coaching session with me to make sense of the energy of this extraordinary time, then my website address is just down here at the bottom of the video. And in the meantime, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your February astrological overview. And that's for the Sun in Capricorn or for the Ascendant in Capricorn. Okay, so the focus of your chart has now shifted well and truly into the area of your chart connected with finance, possessions, buildings, bricks and mortar, and everything that is kind of earthy and has got substance to it. And this is Aquarius for you. And your ruling planet Saturn is now here with Jupiter, and we've also got Mercury here at the moment, retrograde. Now, because it's to do with finance, this means that you could see some delays with money that is owed to you. It also does give you a chance to go back and maybe pay outstanding bills that you've overlooked. Also, it gives you a chance to perhaps go back and just look at your budget again for the year, and just bearing in mind kind of what's happening in the bigger picture, how you can make sure that you don't overextend yourself. By the 15th, we actually have some interesting news coming to you. I actually think this is a good time to buy a lottery ticket, because it could be a windfall. And actually the 11th would be a good time to buy that lottery ticket because there's a new moon in this part of your chart too. And as I said, the 15th, we have this Mercury-Jupiter conjunction. So it could just also be money that's been owed to you, that has been a little bit late in coming, finally makes an arrival. So retrogrades aren't always bad things. Now, between the 16th and the 24th, you're actually going to get the first taste of what it's going to feel like for your ruler Saturn in Aquarius to be making a hard, difficult angle to Uranus, our planet of the unexpected, in your 5th house of creativity, children, and love affairs. So how is this going to pan out for you? Well, I think if you've got any ideas actually about how to bring more money into you, maybe, you know, projects that you could do at home, that you could do as a kind of second income, just make sure you structure them well. What I would advise is that you don't rush into anything without really going into it very clearly and deeply to make sure that you're not overlooking anything. Otherwise, that Uranus might shock you in ways that you do not want. By the time we get to the 27th, you have a lovely full snow moon in Virgo. And this is in the area of your chart connected with travel, amongst other things. It can also be higher learning and travel of the mind as well. And I think if there's something you've been trying to get to grips with, it will show that you're actually sort of really feeling that you've got a much better understanding of something perhaps that you have been learning. I also think that this full moon may see you making decisions about issues that are happening at a distance. It may be that you're looking at how you could bring some travel plans into the year ahead for you. Bearing in mind, we all know there are many restrictions that we're all having to cope with at the moment. But I think this moon is actually giving you a bit of a green light to go ahead and just look at what's realistically possible. So, an interesting start to the year. We've had January, now we're in February, and we will see how everything unfolds. So, in the meantime, Capricorn, I wish you well, and thank you so much for coming to watch your overview on my YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed and would like to, I'd really love that too. Thank you if you choose to do so. And also, if you would like a one-to-one with me for astro coaching to make sense of the crazy energies we have at the moment, my website is just down here at the bottom of the video, and I'd love to see you. In the meantime, thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye for now, Capricorn. Hi, Aquarius, and welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Aquarius or for the Ascendant. Well, you are now very much in the spotlight, Aquarius. Star of the show. And, you know, we have all these big boys, these heavyweight planets in your sign. So you will really be feeling the extraordinary kind of energy of that. Now, at the beginning of the month, Mercury, who's also in your sign, is retrograde. So I think this is going to be giving you a chance to go back and just look at where you are and who you are and how you want the next kind of section of your life to proceed, how you want it to go forward. I think you're going to be feeling frustrated by the delays that have been imposed on us by external forces. And you're going to be finding these restrictions quite difficult. And there's this large part of you that just wants to break out. Now, we do have a new moon in your sign here on the 11th. And I think this is going to give you a good opportunity to just pause, take a big deep breath and think, right, let me find a different way. Let me think outside the box. You know, you're very good at that, Aquarius. You are very much connected to the superconscious. So try and sort of just connect with that higher part of you, that higher self, to find a better balance to cope with these strong energies we have at the moment. On the 15th, Mercury in your sign is going to also be conjuncting Jupiter. So this could see you either receiving some startling news or giving some startling news. And it may just be that the way you appear to people, that it's almost like you've completely reinvented yourself, so that people will be quite surprised at how you've changed. Between the 16th and the 24th this month, you'll get the first taste of how Saturn in your sign, making a hard aspect to Uranus in the area of your chart connected with your home life, is going to work this year, because we're going to have this aspect on and off all year. So this is your first opportunity to find out how that's going to feel for you. Now remember, Saturn is holding you back a bit. So Saturn is saying, just give things a chance. Let's take things step by step, slowly. Whereas Uranus, that just wants to explode, is in the part of your chart connected with your home life. And there may be a part of you that is really desperate to change things at home. And, you know, I'm seeing this sort of image of you feeling really quite restricted by your four walls. And it may be that you're sort of feeling and sensing you just want to move house, move location, completely change your environment and your surroundings. And that may, of course, be possible as time goes on. But I think that Saturn is just slowing you down a bit and saying, hold your horses, just see what unfolds, see how things develop before you make any rash decisions. By the 25th, you have actually a very nice angle from Pluto that's still in your 12th house, Capricorn, which is part of the sort of inner you. And Mars is making this aspect also in the area of your chart connected with your home and family. And I think you'll be getting some kind of revelation of how to proceed, and suddenly feeling quite energetic about what you feel you could actually sort of initiate in your home. Then on the 27th, we have a lovely full snow moon, and that's in the part of your chart connected with, it's Virgo, and it's connected with other people's money and transformation. So I feel for this, for you, this moon is very much about you will be making decisions that affect those that you are involved with financially. And maybe you do make a decision to sell a property, or maybe actually a property that has been on the market sells. So there's certainly something around money moving around and changing hands with this full moon. Okay, but on the whole, an interesting month, and you're going to just get used to the energy that it's kind of providing you with through this month, Aquarius, because you're going to have Saturn here for 2.5 years. So that's going to really give you some foundations and roots for how you can evolve. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming to watch your overview for February. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and would like to, I'd really like you to too. And that would be great. Thank you if you do. And also, if you would like a one-to-one astro coaching session with me to make sense of the crazy energy we have, my website is just here at the bottom of the video. And I'd love to see you. In the meantime, till next time, take care. Bye for now. Bye. Hi, Pisces, and welcome to your astrological overview for the month of February. And that's for the Sun in Pisces or for the Ascendant in Pisces. Okay, so the focus of your life and your chart is moving firmly into the area of your chart connected with the inner you, your shadow, your dark side. This is about inner work. This is very much what the presence of the planet Saturn here is going to be asking you to do over the next 2.5 years. Don't worry, it's not all going to be hard work and no play. But Saturn is here, and you have to actually embrace his presence and see this as a great gift that he's coming to your 12th house to really help you understand yourself at a much deeper level. Now, Mercury is retrograde here in Aquarius until the 21st. So he's going to be helping you by this retrograde to go back over things that perhaps issues might come up that you thought you dealt with, that you thought, yes, I'm over that. That doesn't upset me anymore. But what actually Mercury is doing, he may be bringing these things up so you can actually work with them on a much deeper level and allow some of these old ways of thinking and old ways of being to drop away. It's a great time, the next 2.5 years, if you do think about it or wish to actually go into some form of therapy or working with a counsellor, life coach, therapist, because it will help you to work on your inner self in a very, very productive way. Now, we have a new moon here on the 11th, which is really going to help you, Pisces. I think you're going to get some understanding of you in a very new way. It's a bit like you're going to wake up to some different truths about you and maybe about a lot of things. On the 15th, I think you're going to be really surprising people and shocking people a bit with your new ways of thinking. You know, people are really going to notice how much you change over the next couple of years, Pisces. And actually people that are not on Team Pisces will drop away, because Pisces, you are in it for the long haul and you are going to grow and change with the astrological energies that you have at the moment. The 16th to 24th is going to give you a glimpse of a difficult aspect we have throughout the year. And it comes on and off, as I say, throughout the year. And this first aspect from Saturn, our planet of structure, to Uranus, who is in your 3rd house of communication, is going to be your first taste of the challenges that this angle is going to represent for you. What I feel it's doing is it's really pushing you to change on this inner level. And actually, to somehow, I think you need to keep track of what you're learning about yourself and about everything. And make notes about this, write it down. Because you know what, Pisces, there could be a book here. You're going to have Uranus in this part of your chart for quite a long time. And I think at some point you are really going to surprise people. The 25th sees a very nice angle from Mars that is also in your third house of communication, Taurus, and he's making a nice angle to Pluto. And he is still in the area of your chart, Capricorn, connected with your hopes and dreams and wishes. And I think he's going to give you a real boost of energy to launch a project and a dream that you really, really are keen to get moving. By the 27th, we have a lovely full snow moon in Virgo, and this is in the area of your chart connected with your significant others in your life, like your soulmate, business partner. And this full moon, I think, is going to give you a chance to see things moving on, things changing quite considerably. If there's a business partner where it has not been working, that could fall away, that could change, that could leave your life because it doesn't serve where you're moving towards. And if you have a soulmate, and I hope lots of you Pisces do have soulmates, then I think your soulmate's going to be totally impressed and in awe with you. The other positive thing about a full moon in this part of your chart is it could actually see somebody new coming unexpectedly into your life, because it can mean the end of being single. So let's leave you on that interesting thought. And I wish you a great month ahead, Pisces. Oh, you're going to fly. I tell you, it's really super exciting for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for coming to watch the video on my YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed and would like to, I would really, really appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you if you choose to do so. And also, if you would like a one-to-one for Astro Coaching to make sense of this extraordinary energy we're all experiencing, my website is just here in the bottom of the video, and you can contact me through there. So thank you, Pisces. I wish you well, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.